I'm Adam Avrashi.
I'm Kimberly Lamontagne.
And you're listening to Sunny Side Up.
Keep your sunny side up.
On today's show, a new airport security measure is going too far when reading a book becomes a possible security risk. A mafioso's son goes down in Montreal, but where does that leave the Montreal's organized crime scene? And we count down the best and worst of 2009. Plus, an interview with Shantria Tram from Someone Between playing at Centaur's Wildside Festival. All that and more on Sunny Side Up with Adam and Kim.
Be like Friday, keep your sunny side up.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us this lovely day.
Miserable day. I didn't want to get out of my bed. I really didn't want to move. I don't know about you. I didn't sleep well at all because we adopted a cat at my house. She's in heat. So literally I spent the whole night moving my dog away from the basement door where we keep the cat because all she does is cry and whimper and roll around on the floor frantically. So literally the dog would bark, the cat would meow, the dog would bark, and I was trying to sleep. The ride in was really miserable, so if you're riding in, might want to check the driving conditions because when I rode in, snow had freshly fallen and it was just miserable getting it. So maybe turn up the heat to high. Actually, things are turning up really hot in airports.
Yes, Montreal Trudeau Airport increased its security measures, banning carry-on luggage to flights flying into the U.S. because of the foiled terrorist attack on Christmas Day. And these new security measures are said to last for a few days until further notice. Also, the TSA, the Transportation Security Administration, is saying that if these new regulations are confusing to passengers, then they might be to terrorists as well. Yes, a few new regulations is all it takes to take down these criminal masterminds. The failed attempt on Christmas has opened talks of racial and religious profiling again.
Well, it was an interesting way to look at how we should profile people entering the airport. And someone on Fox News was saying that we should have a separate line for everyone that is of the Muslim religion, or basically anyone who has a name that sounds suspicious or Muslim in any way, which is just, I think, a terrible way to start things off because,
Definitely.
And they even had experts looking at it and they said, first of all, there are way too many Muslim people for you to have a separate line for them. Second of all, it's completely racist.
Yes.
Actually, maybe that should be the first point. But it's not effective is the bottom line because first of all, you can change your name. That's not too hard. If they can get on a plane, if the guy can shove something in his underpants or in his shoe or, blow up a plane that easily or attempt to and get on the plane without, having security check you out properly.
Changing your name isn't so hard.
Yeah, not so
after
hard
that.
to change your name. It's surprising that his father, this guy who is the Christmas Day bomber from Flight 253, his father warned the embassy, the U.S. Embassy, that his son was becoming an extremist. Really? He knew that his son, because his son was a great student, he was a student in Britain, and he knew something was up. He started to change. And he didn't just go to any school. He went to like a top school in Britain. So this is not just any kid from the slums who got involved in Al-Qaeda. He is a good student. So it's surprising that he would get involved in this. So the father was aware enough to know and warn the embassy. And of course, he was also on a Britain watch list because he was denied a visa to stay in Britain.
Really? Okay.
Because he put a false name.
See? False names. There
Not
you go.
not his own name, but a false name for the university that he was going to attend. He made up a school, even though he wasn't really going to that school.
Oh, really?
Basically, so he can get into the country and then continue his terrorist affiliations. Which is really surprising that he would be on two lists. The U.S. Embassy had a warning from the father, and he would be on the list from Britain. And no one at the airport thought, maybe this guy shouldn't get on the plane. Or maybe we should check this guy's underpants. So what do you think is an effective way to eliminate racial profiling but also increase security measures? There was a flight the other day that you couldn't open a book. This was from Toronto to New York. And they said, put away your books.
And iPods, nothing. You weren't allowed to have anything.
iPods I can understand. It's electronic. You don't know what's going on. But a book? What are you going to do with a book? Most people aren't even reading.
What are you going to do with your underwear? Apparently a lot.
I think we should all just go commando. No, I enjoy it better. It's liberating. Not at all?
No, I think I'll keep my underpants on. Thanks.
But I'm going to be flying in January. Granted,
Yeah.
I'm going to be flying to somewhere in Canada.
Yeah.
So I'm not at a complete security risk. But they're saying, it's 3-hour wait lines to go into the US from Canada. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
And I personally don't mind if they take away everything, because you're giving your security in the hands of the airline.
Yeah.
So in a way, I don't mind if they're using all measures to protect me.
There you go. That's a good way to
But
look
some
at
people are
it.
complaining, don't touch my iPod. Let me have my blanket.
Yeah.
Don't make me wait 3 hours in line. I don't care. I want to get on the plane. I want to get to see my family.
That's true, but I guess we should adopt your perspective because, it's your safety. At the bottom line, you want to get to where you're going. So whether you wait a little bit longer, you want to get there in one piece, don't you?
And they were checking babies' clothing as well. And
Yeah.
babies, they were patting down babies. And some people are saying you're taking it too far.
Well, I think you're exactly right. And whatever it takes to make sure we're safe, do it. It might be a little extreme. It's not what we're used to. But if it keeps us safe, I don't got a problem with that.
So are you going to be flying anywhere soon?
Nope.
Okay. But you take the Greyhound bus.
Yes. Where there is
Kim,
no regulation.
Kim is very good at taking the Greyhound bus. She takes it all over the country.
No, I usually just take the Greyhound from Montreal to New York. Yeah, there's no security whatsoever. Even after the tragic incident with Vince Lee in, I think it was Winnipeg?
Winnipeg.
Yeah, there's no safety regulation whatsoever. I mean, I'm sitting waiting for the bus and, those doors just slide open whether you're inside or outside. So some homeless men just walk right in and they come in and they ask you for money. And I would give them money until a fellow passenger informed me that it was a known crack area. And I was like, thank you, sir.
You couldn't tell just by the look of the place?
Yes, I know, but I felt bad. And I was just like, all I have is $2 here.
You gave him $2?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't give anyone money. I have like a firm policy that...
And now I don't. Yeah.
No?
Now I'm just like, really? Are you just putting this on? Just,
Right.
I don't know. I'm very skeptical now.
Actually, when I took the Greyhound bus to go to New York this past summer, there was a good amount of security. Like, it wasn't airport security, obviously, where they make you wait 3 hours. But we got in line, and there was someone that went through everyone's bag or went around with, not through everyone's bag, but with a baton, a metal detector
Really?
baton. Yeah, and checked everyone's bag.
For all the times that I go to New York, I have never had that.
I took the night bus, though. I don't know.
I always take the night bus. That's the best way to travel. Go to sleep, you wake up, you're in New York. But no, never. We just wait in line. They're like, Kimberly Lamotang, check my passport. Okay, you're on the bus. No
Really?
check whatsoever. So anyone could have any sort of weapon.
I mean, they didn't check our personal bodies, but they checked our luggage to make sure there was no explosives or anything.
Not even that.
I think
though.
actually they might have done like a small body check for some people. I mean, it was a small baton and it was one security guard. It wasn't very
Still,
extensive.
it's something. I've never seen that.
And you know what? At the time, I was thinking, I really hope they don't open my bag because everything is going to fall out. Not because I have something
I was like,
concealed.
what are
in
you
there.
hiding, Adam?
Yeah, bananas. Don't take all my bananas. You're not allowed to bring fruit over the border. Yesterday, a son of an infamous and incarcerated mafioso, Vito Rizzuto, his son Nicolo Rizzuto Jr., was killed in broad daylight at 12 p.m. Crime experts are now saying that this is a shift in power in the underworld, and the mafia and the Hells Angels are kind of being taken down, and they're saying that there's a new group that could emerge, or new people that could emerge in the underground organized crime.
Wow.
And it's really scary. I don't think we realize how much the mafia influenced the Montreal city government. I don't think we know the extent of really what they do. We were speaking to a police officer in one of my classes at school, and he was saying that you know right away when you get on a scene that it's a mafia attack.
Really? How?
Because if it's a gangster attack, there are shots everywhere. There's about 40 shots. They're through the windows. They're at a car down the street. Because the gangsters and the street kids who get into fights with guns point their guns at a slant. And they just do it with one hand. And you know how they do it in those gangster videos where it's just push, push, pull.
Really? Like
And
in the movies?
Like in the movies. That's how they shoot guns because that's how they see it from the films.
Okay.
But really, when you get on a scene of a mafia crime, there's 2 or 3 bullets. And you know, because it's very precise. It's a couple of shots, you're dead, and you're gone. It's just kind of an eye-opener because you don't realize how, in a way, unsafe or unregulated things are and how much it influences society, this underground organized crime.
Hola,